Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. The first Super Bowl of the new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Canale, like 20.
Check 55, Mike. I got it.
Hey, take 53, 55.
Check 55.
Go.
Check 55 to Mike. I'm here all day. Mike 55, Mike 55.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Second and 12 at the 21-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Check the out, check the out, check the out. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
53. Hey, go, Roger.
Off the play fake, Keenum. And his throw here's incomplete. Marquise Blair, second-round pick from Utah, there to bat it away.
All right, here we go, partner. It's the Super Bowl. We always talk about keys to the game. No bigger one in this one than what they told us. They're going to take their best cover guy and put him on their number 1 receiver.
Sort of be the game within the big game. Throwing is Keenum on third down. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Lockett. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be... Seahawk football, first and 10.
31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
I'm coming. Check 31, check 31.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing we do know He's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
What? 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Check 52. Jump. Check. Alert. Safety cream.
Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Quick slant, caught by Moore. 27 yards there, a first down.
Let's go.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38.
Stay situation. Let's go. Quick dash. Come. 14. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Play action. It's Wilson. Steps away.
Long day. Oh, it's going to be a long day, fellas. Here we go. To Pittsburgh. Mike, coming this way. Here we go.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Boom.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Set, ready. 6 yards. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's just me and you.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Smith. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, 50. Hey, wahoo!
54, right there, 54.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Take 2. 5.
A shotgun snap for Keenan. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Check. 50 go. Check. 53 is mine. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Now Gino. This complete to Lockett. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Rashad Penny. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Say. Watch the ass.
Just beating the play clock, Smith. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On second down, here's Penny. Dancing away at the 30. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
We're scoreless after one. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now is Gino. It's caught. Lockett. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
So that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Penny. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They've had touchdowns on both of their drives thus far, but now they face a 3rd and long.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Out of the gun, Smith. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 13-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
From the red zone now, Smith. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
51, Mike 51. Yeah, let's get sack rush. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Check, check, check.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Myles Garrett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This a 43-yard attempt. And Myers able to knock it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard
line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A run for Nick Chubb. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Keenum. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, 1st down.
Check three.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, 62 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Keenum trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it. I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
Now Chubb. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Hey, on yours!
2 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Keenum. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
I'm going back to you.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
22.
Mike 54. And I'm coming after you.
Hey, Alpha.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54.
Out of the gun, Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Ezekiel Ansah able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check.
They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now it's Penny. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for the Browns, Antonio Callaway. The Browns drive about to get started. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Drop deep, drop deep.
Keenum will try again on second down. It's caught by OBJ. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
He gets this into the hands of Taylor. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Here we go, G.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Don't get nervous. Watch twist. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Again, it's Penny. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check, ready. 6 yards.
Mike, you don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
Hey,
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Coming for you.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
They go
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch 54. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Hey, say 53, 55.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's get the ball.
Working from the gun, Keenum. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Single receiver.
Hey, go Rodgers.
54, right there, 54. Watch QB drop.
On play action, it's Keenum. It's caught, Beckham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
54. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. From midfield, here's Keenum being chased out left. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A toss play to Chubb. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Keenum going to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Take two.
54. Mike 54. And let's get that ball again. Let's get that ball later.
Shotgun snap for Keenan. And that is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So on fourth down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Seibert's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
First down at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
At the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Nice, sweetheart. Kill, turn up.
From the gun, here's Smith. Escaping the pressure right. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Mike, 53, Mike. Here we go.
Smith from the gun, he'll throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
You're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Chubb. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Check Mike 50.
Throwing on second down. Keenum. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Keenum now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they'll bootleg it here with Keenum. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Keenum now to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5.
22. 22. Hey, Haywood.
55. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. All day, punk.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Bravo.
Mike 55. Right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 14-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Keenum going to come up now 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. To the air again, Keenum. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
Check 26, check 26.
They fake the handoff. Now Keenum in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Ziggy Ansah, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, it's Keenum. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down.
Hey, take 53, 55.
Keenum going for it on 4th. The quick slant caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Buddy up. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Okay, ready. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Where'd he go? 53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Come on.
On second down. It's Carson, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. And the Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Let's 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Man, I got you.
This is Penny. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Hey, we're good, we're good. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big run by Kareem Hunt, 47 yards. The ultimate speedster, showing that speed in front of this home crowd. They loved it.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to reward him for that one. A big-time monster run.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Chubb. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They run. Chubb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
They do snap it to Keenum. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ricky Seals-Jones there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
22. 22.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Hunt going to run for it. And he will get into the end zone, and a two-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Ready? 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. We got. Sit. 22, check. 22, check.
On the run, it's Penny. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike 53. You're trapped. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
This is Carson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Set, hut. 15 on it. Heavy on the edges.
Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout.
I don't know why we did it, but we went to their final walkthrough for some reason. And what did we see? Their last play in the walkthrough was taking a knee and celebrating winning a Super Bowl. They wanted that visualization. They did it for real.
Yeah, they just scripted it out. Defense can't stop the clock, and they can watch the final seconds tick. And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.